Okay, so in this video, I just want to quickly go through with you a demo website I've given you called Greenbay. Now, it's using the database that we've gone through in lessons, so it's where customers bid on houses. And I just wanted to show you that it's very easy to create a functional website quite quickly. Now, you'll notice that this website does not look good. Your website does not have to look good. It just has to be functional. There are 0 marks available for looking good, guys. Okay, so if at the end of the day your website looks like this, but it works, that's all that matters. Anyway, I've given you help throughout this website. Okay, I've told you what's happening here, and I've also heavily commented the code. Okay, that's because you can then look through this code and think, okay, that's how he's done that. That's how he's done that. So I'm not going to go through this in mega detail. The idea is you use this website, you look at it yourself, you work out what it's doing yourself. However, I will go through some bits for you. So to log in, I've given you the login details. So we log in as Bob Bobbitt, and his password is Bob, and we submit. There's a choice of 3 things. You can bid on a house. Now, bidding on a house, guys, shows you several things. It first of all shows you how to get things into a combo box from a database. So if you look at the choose design PHP, it will tell you how to do that. So DT1. It will then tell you how to get stuff from a database using that code. So as you can see, look, it's now giving me the details of the design 1. It's got information from the database about the design 1 house. And what it also does is it shows you how to insert data. So if I insert a bid that we can recognize as being ours and submit it, that also shows you how to do an insert query, and I can check it's been inserted by viewing bids. If I view the bids, we should find our, there we go, there's our bid 3434 on DT1 by Bob Bobbitt. So that very simple web page, guys, or those 2 very simple web pages, do several things. It goes to the database to get data. It displays that data in a form, which was our page here. So it's displayed the data within a form. Then when I submit, it inserts the data into a database. And then when I view the bids, it also gets information from the database, and it just outputs all the data from that database. So, like I said, guys, those different pages show you how to do some quite powerful things very easily. And like I said, if you just look at the code yourself, I do explain what I'm doing. So I explain what's happening in each line of code pretty much. Okay, and I explain at the top of the page the general concept. So what I suggest you do is you look at this and then ask me any questions. Okay, I might also tell you sometimes, okay, look at the designs page in this example, and it will help you with your particular problem. Now, one more page that I didn't show you yet, and that is this page here, View Designs. Now, I did this as an example, one, to show you that it is possible that CSS and PHP can work together, okay? And like I said, this picture is a little bit bigger because I can be bothered to resize it, and I haven't bothered doing that in CSS. There's 2 options to make pictures smaller or bigger, guys. One is to actually make the picture itself bigger or smaller, and the other way is in CSS to make it bigger or smaller. But anyway, the main reason I did this page is, like I said, to show you that PHP and CSS can work together nicely. Now, if you look at the design of this, the code of this page, I've used a style sheet called Gallery CSS, and I've used different divs, and I've used 3 columns within the CSS page to lay it out. So as you can see, column 1, column 2, column 3. And all I've done is in each div, I've looped out the results of the query. So I've looped out the picture, I've looped out its description, and I've looped out its design ID. The way I did that is in my designs table, I simply have a link to the picture. So in my folder, I have some houses, I have some pictures, I link to the houses and JPEG in the database, and all I do here is echo it out. It echoes it out as HTML and it puts in the picture. So that's what this page is for, guys, to show you how to use PHP and CSS together. And one more thing. When I view details, it goes to details page. But notice I've passed it a variable called chosen design, and it chooses the house I clicked on. So this is DT1, this is FT1. View details, notice it's now got FT1 and it shows me details of FT1 alone. So I could, if I wanted to, add lots more detail about the house. This is just an overview. So this is just an overview page, but I want to click on view details. It shows me details. But look, guys, it's only going to the one page. It's only going to details PHP. Okay, so I haven't got different pages for different houses. Now this is known as dynamic pages. Okay, so this details page is dynamic. It gets passed a variable, then it goes back to the database using this variable to get the details of that house. I'm going to quickly show you the code for that. So this is the details page. Like I said, it's very, very heavily commented, so you can see exactly what I've done. So first of all, I get the design. So I get the chosen design variable, which is passed here, look. So this is actually passed in the URL. So on the, this is so annoying, I have to keep doing this. So when I click the view details page, if I show you the code for that, so in the design, here is the button, look. So Windows location details.php, question mark, which is a way of saying, okay, question mark, here's a variable. This is the variable name. And then notice, look, I did this dynamically too. I echoed out the link field from the database. So the link field in the database is just the design code. I could have just done design ID, guys. I don't really need this field. But just for logically wise, if you can, it's just to show that you can put literally any link you want in here. You can put anything you want in here. And then I can pass it into the URL of that button. Now, you don't have to do this dynamically. If you don't want to do this dynamically, you can just type in whatever you want there. So if I wanted that to be DT, or if I knew it was always going to be DT1, I could put DT1 and it would always be DT1. But obviously that's no good for me here. I need it to be whatever button it is they clicked on, because I've looped this out dynamically too. Ultimately, guys, this saves me loads and loads of work. If I have 20 houses, I don't need to do this code 20 times. I've done it once and it loops it out 20 times for me, changing the data depending on the database. So it will get all 20 designs for me and loop it out onto the page for me. So whether there's 3, 4, or 5, it's the same code. It could be a million, it's the same code. Okay, but imagine trying to code it a million times. So this is a very, very efficient way of looping out stuff from database. And then this is also a very, very efficient way of making the page dynamic. So again, I don't have to have 5, 20, or a million pages. I've just got the one, and it will go to the database, find the information on that one house for me, and print it out. So guys, I've not explained that in great detail, okay? I do explain things as I go through. If you go to PHP help, I do explain things a little bit more difficult, in a little bit more detail. So for example, I've also gone through dynamic pages, but using the example of a product, okay? And as you can see, this is 26 minutes long, so that goes through step by step for you if you want to know through step by step. Now, you're probably not going to be doing a shop or a bidders website, but you can use the same concept, you can use the same code. The things that are going to be different, guys, is what you're getting from the database, so what you're selecting from the database and which fields you're selecting. Other than that, the code is going to look very similar to the rest of your classmates. So help each other, guys. The thing you're going to need to do is know what to change and where to change it. Okay, which queries to use at which time. That's the tricky part. So if you want to ask me further questions on this particular example, guys, please do. Obviously, look through the codes, try it. That's the key thing, guys. Try it. Then you can meet with me. You can say, okay, Mr. Lee, this is the error message I've got, or Mr. Lee, this is the result I've got. What do I need to do? And then I can help you. Okay? Okay, guys, good luck.